Back of the bike goes down. It crashes down on that license. Oh. A few weeks ago, I took a Harley-Davidson Pan America luggage rack and installed it on my LiveWire. It's been working out really well, except the only change that I didn't make is I didn't make it more narrow. However, to make those changes, I need to weld, and that's something that I've never even done before. And until about a week ago, I didn't even have a welder. So I did a really deep dive on YouTube on how to weld and the easiest way to weld, and this is what I came up with. So this is called a Flux welder. It doesn't use any traditional gas like MIG or TIG welding. It runs off of just a regular 110 outlet or a 220. And I didn't really need much. I just needed the welder, which already comes with the welding wire, some gloves, a brush, and then a welder's helmet. I went to a home goods store, bought some really cheap metal, taught myself how to weld, and so now I feel really confident enough to start this modification project. And so today I want to make the pannier racks more narrow, more closer to the body. I want to install a top rack or a top case, or the ability to put a box on the back of the bike. Is that I need to make some sort of a platform on the back here to hold this, but it's also going to hold the license plate cover, the lights, the brake lights, the reflectors and stuff. And I'm going to be taking this whole entire assembly piece and putting it on the back. I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's do the pannier rack. wire or anything. This thing's up. Stay out on bumps from here on out. So after roughly 200 miles or so off-road, riding it off-road, I wanted to break down everything that I did to modify the Pan America luggage rack, to modify it or to have it fit onto the LiveWire. I also wanted to show how I connected it to the bike, how I connected the top rack to the bike, and just some overall changes that I'm going to make coming up in the future. Also wanted to cover the equipment that I used more in detail. That way, if you're wanting to do this yourself, you have a better idea of how to do it. All right, so for the Pan America luggage racks, I drilled through holes through the support frame here for the seat. I used a blowtorch to heat up this part of the metal to bend it back, and then just positioned it, as you can see earlier in the video, to tack weld this part in place, and then I brought this to my bench to weld the rest of it. The same thing is on the other side. I also got some other metal tubing, welded this together to serve as a cross support between the two. Now it is a little bit loose, and that's just because I need to tighten up the bolts that hold it into the frame. But even without the tail section, just this alone, the crossbar and then bolting it to the frame, it's solid enough and it doesn't need any reinforcement. For the tail section, kind of the same process. I have 2 bolts going through the seat subframe here. Now on the inside of the frame, it's curved, so it accepts the head of a bolt without getting in the way of the EVSE or the charger dock, which is on the inside. And I just measured out the steel tubing to come out and just kind of tack welded this in place to get the fit right, and then I completely welded it in place. Obviously this is covered in rust right now. This is just a fit prototype. I'm going to be taking this whole thing apart and remaking it so that it's not as crummy, and repainting it. And the tail light's just zip tied in place. So I need to make a bracket for that, but that'll be in the second version of this. I also grabbed the tail section from the Pan America, the LiveWire stock, license plate, blinkers, and tail lights. It would have fit, but I wanted to have a little bit of a mud guard, and plus I got this thing really cheap. I bought it from a wrecked Pan America. I had to rewire it, so I had to buy some 16 gauge wiring, and I completely wired it in place, or extended the lighting harness all the way back, which is connected underneath the battery box. And I need to get some abrasion braiding or cord, and then I'll sheath that way it's nice and protected. I also had to make a bracket for the actual tail section, which is this piece right here. Again, not the prettiest thing, it's just a prototype to get the spacing, everything right, and the idea concrete. So I'm going to be remaking that part as well, and I'll make this entire piece just one section. But that's essentially what I did to get this modified to fit onto the LiveWire. This Pan America top case right here is I have it bolted down. So I made these I welded this bracket on the bottom here, and that's what the top case platform is bolted to. There's also a second bolt right here, so it's got 4 contact points with the mounting bars, which makes this ring really sturdy. I'll probably have some more detailed pictures of my second version of this. And now I wanted to show the welder, my grinder, and then just some of the equipment that I used to make this. Again, it is not complicated. I was very nervous going into this project because, as I said in the beginning of the video, I've never welded anything before, and so it can be a little nerve-wracking, but that's why we cut out test pieces. We try things out first before we do it on the actual bike itself. So the first thing that I wanted to go over was this Hynade welding products. This is a very inexpensive welder on Amazon. I think it was like maybe 130 bucks. The model is the MiG 140D. Again, it comes with its own wire spool. It comes with everything that you need apart from the helmet and gloves, but it comes with everything else that you need to get started. This was relatively inexpensive, as were the gloves and the brush. I think total for equipment, maybe $200, and then also just an angle grinder. This is a Festool one. You don't have to buy this. There are really inexpensive ones at places like Harbor Freight. You can just plug it into the wall. It doesn't have to be this one, but having an angle grinder lets you cut the steel tubing, and this has been one of the most used tools in my shop since I've gotten into modifying my motorcycle. The welding material, I just went to Lowe's, bought 1-inch steel tubing. I think I bought a 5 or 6 foot section of it, and that was more than enough to not only run test runs or teach myself how to weld, but it was also enough to run the project. And again, this is not the best quality, but learning to weld. And so that's pretty much how I did this project. I wanted to share this video, not to really show people how I did on the LiveWire, although I did kind of show it here. Really, I just want to encourage people that if there are no luggage racks, top box mounts available for your motorcycle, which is the case with the LiveWire, there's no aftermarket parts or official parts, you have to make your own. And with this welder, a little bit of ingenuity, a little bit of elbow grease, you can make your own. Again, it was not that complicated for me to make. I didn't really have to prototype too many things, just kind of put pieces together, see how it would all fit. And it's doing well so far. So now I just need to remake it, make it with better welds, paint it so that it doesn't rust, and get back on the trails. That's pretty much it. If you want to check out a really bad ride with this motorcycle, make sure you check out this video here.